What is going on, guys? Money Webby here. We're back on Tuesday, a small 4-game slate, but there's still some money to be had. Sorry for no video yesterday. My power actually went out of my house due to a severe storm in the Northeast. We had some high winds. They said it was almost up to like 70-mile-an-hour winds, so that knocked out a power line by my house. So my power was out when I was trying to make my video, and I couldn't really get a lot of my research done during the day because I had no Wi-Fi on my computer. I was able to look on my phone a bit, but there was some late news breaking, so I couldn't really figure out who I liked, but I was able to get a lineup with literally like 2 minutes before the lock. And I rolled out Porzingis and Rudy Gobert. I actually tweeted out some of my favorite plays like 10 minutes before lock because I was running behind so bad. Had Gobert in that as well. He returned a ton of value. I reached 288 DraftKings points in that one lineup I was able to get out. Profited $30 on a $5 entry, so that was very nice. Hope you guys did well as well yesterday. Yeah, so we got a 4-game slate here. There's definitely a ton of value with some possible injuries and some guys at the bench that could be getting some extra run here. So I like this slate a lot. You got 2 studs at the top pretty much, salary-wise. They're separated a lot by everyone else. But before we get going, definitely go ahead and drop a like on the video. Again, the likes have been crazy, so thank you, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Get these winning DraftKings picks, and these kind of can apply to FanDuel and other DFS sites as well, as long as the price differences aren't too crazy. You can go ahead and follow me on Twitter at MoneyWebby for any questions on the slate. So first off, we got Giannis and Westbrook at the top. I'm going to go with Westbrook because he's $1,300 cheaper here. And I think the narrative with Westbrook being the MVP last year and Giannis going for the MVP this year, he's leading the MVP conversation right now. Maybe Westbrook has a bit of a chip on his shoulder for no one really focusing him on this year. He does love the attention. I know Westbrook does. So I think he's going to try to steal the show in this game in Milwaukee against Giannis. Kind of having a down year, but he's still posting those triple-doubles. In only 28 minutes last game, he got a triple-double, 12, 13, and 13. So I think this game will be close. He should be getting over 30 minutes pretty easily. So I think he can easily get another triple-double here. And with Giannis at 12,500, he needs to get over 60 DraftKings points. Giannis has been doing that like every single game, but I think Westbrook just has an easier task of getting more value on his price. That's why I'm going to go with Westbrook. I don't fault you going for Giannis. He's kind of a safer pick, honestly, but I think Westbrook has a much easier task of getting a more upside on the salary, considering the salary against Giannis. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in. The first guy, the stud I'm looking at. And I'm going to go with another Russell here, D'Angelo Russell at 7,300. Kind of more of a GPP play, considering he's been a little bit sporadic this year with some poor shooting nights. But I think he'll be getting it back here against Phoenix, which has some bad defense. They're allowing 43% from the three-point line. So I think Russell can get going from the three-point line against the bad defenders they got on the perimeter. And he's due for a bounce-back game here. After getting injured, he did have a pretty solid game, only 18 minutes, but the minutes have been down due to his ankle injury. And they were actually asking him after the game if he was still hurt, and he seemed a bit pissed off about that. So maybe he comes out here a little bit mad and has another big game to the start of his year. 7,300, a bit of a price decrease as well to those last 2 games, but I think his minutes should go back up to around 30 minutes in this spot, hopefully. So it's 7,300. I like the price. I'm going to go ahead and lock him in. And another guy in that game, this is one of my favorite games to target, Phoenix against Brooklyn. 5,200 for TJ Warren. This guy has a ton of upside. We saw that last year. We've seen that this year. He's been a little bit up and down, kind of more of a GPP play, I guess, considering that. But 43 DraftKings points and 36 DraftKings points in 2 games this year. They need that second scoring option to Devin Booker. I think TJ Warren is that for this team. So I think he can have a big game here, an up-tempo game against Brooklyn at 5,200. He can return a lot on that price. So lock him in there. And for a cheaper guy, kind of like a very good value play here with Greg Monroe out. John Henson got extra run last game. He had a huge game for the team, 28 minutes and 36 DraftKings points. So there's no reason for them to take him out of the lineup there with him having a huge game with those extending minutes. So I think he'll get over 20 minutes again here. When he's got an extra run, he's done a lot with it. 24 minutes against Portland, he got 23 DraftKings points. 17 against Boston, 23 DraftKings points. So with those extra minutes, he really can have another big game here against the Thunder, who like to attack the paint with Westbrook and stuff. He's a very good shot blocker, so maybe he gets some blocks on like Paul George and Westbrook down low possibly, or anyone else on the bench that tries to attack him. He can really fill it up with those blocks. He can get some rebounds as well without Monroe. So I love Henson as a value guy at 4,100. Lock him in there. Then for my fifth play, another guy that would get a little bit boost with Sabonis questionable with the upper respiratory infection, whatever. Thaddeus Young. Oh my God, at 5,200 going against the Kings here. I think he could have a big game with those extra rebound possibilities opening up. With Sabonis, he's been a very good rebounder, almost like 10 rebounds in every single game this year. So I think Young can get some extra rebounds. Al Jefferson off the bench would be a very good value play as well. If Sabonis doesn't give it a go, maybe even Jefferson gets a start. But I think Thaddeus Young will have a big beneficiary with Sabonis out. So definitely keep a track of that. But at 5,200, the price is a little bit cheap. So maybe he even has a good game with Sabonis even in the lineup. The minutes have been very good this year for him. For 5,200, that's a pretty solid price. So I like him. Definitely keep a track though on Sabonis if he plays. So that's the top 5. You got Westbrook, TJ Warren, Thaddeus Young, John Henson, and D'Angelo Russell. And for my Dollar Tree play, gonna be Tyler Ulis at 4,000 going against the Nets. Like I said, I love this game. Ulis has been getting solid run, over 20 minutes on the bench every single game. I think he's a better fit for their offense compared to Mike James. He can run that up-tempo role and can handle the ball to get Devin Booker some looks off the ball. So I love Ulis. I think he gets easily over 20 minutes again, and he gets over 20 DraftKings points to return the 5 times value that we're looking for. So lock him in there. So that's it, guys. You got 6,500 remaining per player. Something very interesting as well. In that Kings-Pacers game, they got both Bogdanoviches. They got Bogdanovich on the Kings and Bogdanovich on the Pacers. I was looking up. I honestly thought they were related, but to find out, they're not even related. So we got two guys with like nearly the same exact name playing each other in that game. So maybe they get a little bit pissed off, like, hey, like, get rid of my name, bro. Like, they try to they try to go back and forth in that game. There's something, maybe a little bit of a narrative there, but that is it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it, and definitely subscribe to get these picks every single day to win some money on DFS. So good luck. We'll see you back tomorrow.